Did you know that Malcolm X, one of the most influential figures in the American civil rights movement, was an avid self-educator during his time in prison? Malcolm X, born Malcolm Little in 1925, faced a challenging early life marked by violence, instability, and the tragic loss of his father under suspicious circumstances. His mother, dealing with her own mental health struggles, was unable to provide Malcolm with the stability he needed, leading to him moving frequently as a youth. However, it was during a difficult period in jail that Malcolm X found the strength to transform his life. He spent 6.5 years in prison, but he did not let this time go to waste. Instead, he used this period to educate himself extensively, reading nearly every book in the prison library and handwriting out an entire dictionary to improve his vocabulary and understanding of the English language. This self-education laid the foundation for his eloquent and powerful speeches that would later inspire and galvanize the civil rights movement. In this period of self-reflection and learning, Malcolm also discovered the Nation of Islam, a religious and social movement that advocated for black self-reliance and empowerment. Drawn to its teachings, he joined the nation while still in prison, marking the beginning of his journey as a Muslim minister and civil rights activist. Malcolm X's story serves as a testament to the transformative power of education and belief. His time in prison, while challenging, became a pivotal period of self-education and spiritual awakening that would shape the rest of his life. This period of self-education and spiritual awakening marked the beginning of Malcolm X's journey into becoming a prominent civil rights activist. From the confines of a prison cell to the forefront of civil rights activism, Malcolm X's rise to prominence is a tale of resilience and determination. Born Malcolm Little, his early life was marred by hardship. His father's suspicious death and his mother's mental health struggles led to a tumultuous childhood. It was during a 6.5-year stint in prison that Malcolm began to educate himself extensively and joined the Nation of Islam, marking the beginning of his ascent. In the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X quickly distinguished himself. His fiery rhetoric and charismatic personality played a significant role in the organization's growth and popularity. He became a vocal advocate for black self-reliance and empowerment, championing the idea that black people should carve out their own destiny. His message, though controversial, resonated with many in the black community who felt marginalized and disenfranchised. Malcolm X, unlike many of his contemporaries, initially opposed integration, arguing that black people should have their own separate institutions. But Malcolm X was not a man set in his ways. His philosophy evolved over time, shifting towards a more inclusive approach after a transformative pilgrimage to Mecca. This journey deeply influenced his views, leading him to embrace Sunni Islam and the principle of brotherhood beyond race or color. Yet his rise was not without its share of challenges. His bitter break with Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad, compounded by continuous surveillance from the FBI, marked a tumultuous chapter in his life. Despite these hurdles, Malcolm X's influence continued to grow, his words echoing in the hearts of those seeking justice and equality. Malcolm X's powerful advocacy and charismatic leadership made him a figure to reckon with in the American civil rights movement. His journey from a prison cell to a leading voice for civil rights is a testament to his indomitable spirit and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of justice. A journey to the sacred city of Mecca marked a turning point in Malcolm X's life and beliefs. What was this turning point, you ask? It was a shift in philosophy, a profound change in his perspective on race and unity. This transformation was ignited by a pilgrimage, a journey that is considered one of the 5 pillars of Islam, the Hajj. As Malcolm X embarked on this spiritual journey, he left behind his past affiliations with the Nation of Islam. He was seeking a deeper understanding, a purer form of faith, and he found it in orthodox Sunni Islam. This change in religious affiliation was more than a switch in labels. It represented growth, evolution, and an ongoing quest for truth. But it wasn't just his faith that underwent a metamorphosis. His philosophy too saw a significant shift. Before his pilgrimage, Malcolm X was known for his fiery speeches, advocating for black empowerment and self-reliance. He was a voice of resistance, a beacon for those who felt marginalized and unheard. But his perspective on race relations began to evolve after his transformative journey to Mecca. In the sacred city, Malcolm X saw people of all races, all colors, all backgrounds, united in their faith. This was a stark contrast to the racial segregation and strife he had witnessed and experienced in the United States. The universal brotherhood of Islam, as he saw it in Mecca, profoundly moved him. It made him realize that the fight against racism was not just a struggle of black against white, but a struggle against ignorance and prejudice in all its forms. This epiphany led Malcolm X to adopt a more inclusive approach. He began to see the potential for unity and harmony among all races. He started advocating for racial justice, not just within the confines of the black community, but on a global scale. He placed his faith in the power of mutual understanding and dialogue to bridge the racial divide. Malcolm X's pilgrimage to Mecca not only deepened his faith but also broadened his worldview, leading him to advocate for racial harmony. His journey serves as a potent reminder that personal growth and societal change often go hand in hand, and it is through understanding, acceptance, and mutual respect that we can truly build a world of unity and peace. Despite the controversies and threats that marked his final years, Malcolm X's legacy continues to inspire millions around the world. Born Malcolm Little, his life took a dramatic turn when he embraced Islam while incarcerated. His dynamic personality and fiery speeches propelled him to prominence in the Nation of Islam. However, ideological differences led him to break away from the organization that had been his platform, his influence, and his refuge. Malcolm X then embarked on a transformative journey, a pilgrimage to Mecca, where he embraced Sunni Islam. This spiritual sojourn shifted his perspective, leading him to advocate for racial justice and human rights, transcending the boundaries of race and creed that had previously defined his worldview. He founded the Islamic Muslim Mosque, Inc., and the Organization of Afro-American Unity, platforms through which he continued to propagate his evolved philosophy. Yet his powerful voice and radical ideas were seen as a threat by many. In 1965, Malcolm X's life was tragically cut short, assassinated in a hail of gunfire. The loss was immense, but his influence did not end with his demise. His autobiography, published posthumously, offered an intimate look into his life and his evolution, resonating with readers across the globe. It solidified his status as a symbol of black empowerment and resistance, his words continuing to inspire long after they were spoken. Malcolm X Day, observed in various cities and countries around the world, is a testament to the enduring impact of his legacy. Streets and schools bear his name, a physical reminder of a man who dared to challenge the status quo and advocate for a better, more just world. His journey from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X, from prisoner to preacher, from advocate of segregation to proponent of human rights, is a testament to the power of transformation and the indomitable human spirit. Malcolm X's life might have been cut short, but his words and ideas continue to echo in the fight for racial justice. The influence of Malcolm X extends beyond the borders of America and the confines of the civil rights movement. Malcolm X's voice resonated not just within the boundaries of his nation, but echoed across the globe, inspiring countless souls seeking justice and equality. His advocacy for racial pride and self-defense has been a beacon for those fighting against oppression. Malcolm X's impact on the Black Power movement cannot be overstated. His ideas of black self-reliance and empowerment became the cornerstone of this movement, sparking a flame in the hearts of African Americans, encouraging them to seize their destinies and demand their rights. His message of self-respect and self-worth resonated with a community that had been marginalized and demeaned for far too long. Malcolm X's influence didn't stop at inspiring movements. It also profoundly impacted individuals, especially contemporary black activists. His teachings, his courage, his unwavering quest for justice continue to inspire those who stand against racial injustice today. His words, loaded with wisdom and righteousness, are still quoted, his philosophy still studied, and his life still admired. Beyond activism and politics, Malcolm X's influence permeates popular culture. Figures in music, literature, and film have drawn inspiration from his life and teachings, using their platforms to spread his message of racial pride, self-reliance and justice. His life story, filled with struggle and triumph, has been immortalized in movies, songs and books, ensuring that his legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of people around the world. Malcolm X's legacy is a testimony to the power of resilience, self-education and unyielding pursuit of justice. His life serves as a lesson that no matter how immense the obstacles, they can be surmounted through determination, self-belief and relentless pursuit of one's goals. In a world still grappling with racial inequality and injustice, Malcolm X's voice continues to echo, inspiring millions to stand tall, speak truth to power and strive for justice and equality. Malcolm X's life, marked by struggle, transformation and resilience, holds valuable lessons for all of us. Born as Malcolm Little, he faced a tumultuous upbringing marred by violence and instability. But it was this very hardship that sparked a flame within him, leading him down a path of self-education and growth during his 6.5 years in jail. It was there that he discovered his faith in Islam, which gave him a sense of purpose and a new perspective on life. Malcolm X rose to prominence as a spokesman for the Nation of Islam, advocating for black empowerment and self-reliance. His words echoed the sentiments of a community striving for justice and equality, making him a beacon of hope for many. However, he wasn't one to shy away from change. After a life-altering pilgrimage to Mecca, he embraced a more inclusive approach, breaking away from the Nation of Islam and founding the Islamic Muslim Mosque, Inc. and the Pan-African Organization of Afro-American Unity. His journey was cut short by his untimely assassination, yet his legacy lives on. His advocacy for racial justice and his pursuit of knowledge inspire millions around the world to this day. Malcolm X's life is a testament to the power of transformation and the strength of unwavering conviction. But perhaps the most significant lesson we can glean from Malcolm X's life is the power of self-education. Despite the adversities he faced, Malcolm X never stopped learning. He understood that knowledge is a weapon, a tool for empowerment, and he used it to elevate himself and his community. As we remember Malcolm X, let us strive to uphold the principles he so fiercely defended: justice, equality, and the power of self-education. As we come to the end of our journey through the life of Malcolm X, we hope his story has inspired you. His transformation, his courage, and his unwavering pursuit of truth and justice serve as a beacon for us all. It's a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the human spirit. Just as Malcolm X used his voice to champion change, so too can each of us contribute in our own unique way. If his story resonated with you, if it sparked a curiosity or stirred your spirit, we invite you to engage with us. Your support makes a world of difference. A simple act like hitting the like button or subscribing to our channel helps us continue sharing these important stories. So we ask you, lend us your support, join our community, and together, let's continue to explore, to learn, and to grow. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of Malcolm X's life. Remember, each one of us has the power to effect change in our own way. Until next time, peace be upon you.